dating like a pro starts with remembering that you're not begging to be chosen. You are the one doing the choosing. You know that this person is giving you bare minimum vibes. You know that you deserve somebody better than this. But because of the scarcity mindset you have, you think you're not going to find somebody better. So the biggest mistake I see women make, especially when dating in their 30s, is to ignore what a man is showing you. Now, dating like a pro requires that you treat the talking stage as a vetting process. You need to move like a CEO. There's a role for a man and there's a role for a woman. That's just the way that God designed these things. And if you think that a man in his 30s is going to change for you, girl, you must be the Messiah. If you're still dating like you're 22, it's time for us to talk. Because dating in your 30s is an absolutely different ballgame. You've probably got less time, more clarity, and way less patience for time wasters. And if you're anything like me, you're done entertaining emotionally unavailable men and talking stages that lead to absolutely nowhere. Which is why in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you tips on how to date like a pro in your 30s. I'm talking green flags, red flags, non-negotiables, and how to spot time wasters from a mile away. Hi, my name is Hawa Ibrahim, and if you're seeing my face for the first time, welcome to the channel. Here we talk about all things self-love, self-improvement, and leveling up. So if that's something up your alley, definitely consider subscribing. Now, before we get into the practicals, let's talk mindset, because dating like a pro starts with remembering that you are the table. You're not begging to be chosen. You are the one doing the choosing. In your 30s, the game is not about impressing anyone. It's about alignment. Does this person fit into the life that you've been building for yourself? Do you see a future with this person? Does this person support your dreams? Does this person draw you closer to God? Does this person bring peace into your life, or do they bring confusion? All of these questions are going to help you deeply reflect and help you see if this person is truly in alignment with you or if you're just chasing a crush. Now, here are some key mindset shifts that would help you stand tall and position yourself as the high-value woman that you are. Number one, he's lucky to have access to you, not the other way around. Yeah, if you did not pay that man any attention, he won't be on this date with you. So you need to have that at the back of your mind. He's the one that pursued you. So own your power and let your demeanor reflect that. Let him know that he's the man and he's the one doing the chasing, not you. Number two, your boundaries are for your protection, not punishment. Now, this is important, especially in cases where men give you crumbs, but they expect for you to give them a round of applause. Let me give you an example. If it's your second date with a guy, but now he wants to come and spend the night at your place, your boundaries will remind you to say no to such, because you know that you're still in the talking stage and you're still trying to figure out this person. So them asking to come and spend the night in your place is definitely a red flag. Number three, you can like someone, but still walk away from them if there's no alignment. Now, I cannot buttress how important this is, because as women, we're emotional beings and there are pros and cons to it. But sometimes the butterflies in our tummy just lead us to making wrong decisions. You know that this person doesn't align with your dreams. You know that this person is not who you envision yourself with. You know that this person is giving you bare minimum vibes. You know that you deserve somebody better than this. But because of the scarcity mindset you have, you think you're not going to find somebody better. And because of that, you stay with them. Sometimes we make the mistake of entertaining this person for way longer than we should have. A talking stage that you should have cut off within 1 month, we try to see if we can change the person. We try to see if they will bend their ways. And then that relationship is going on for 6 months, 1 year that you do not have. Because remember, we're trying to date like a pro here and we do not have the luxury of time. We need to sieve out the rubbish from the real men, okay? So even if it hurts you, baby girl, trust me, walking away, your future self will thank you. Now, this reminds me of a talking stage of mine that looked good on paper. He was a fine man, he earned well, he was a Muslim, and if you know me, you know that that's up there on my list. And you know, he was good, it was good vibes. But when I started talking to him, the first date, the second date, I quickly realized that this is a person that I don't see myself aligning with. We were always arguing about the little things, like the smallest of things. And it was a trigger for me, because if I'm not totally at peace with you as a partner, why do I think it's going to be better on in the future? So I had to choose my peace and walk away. Now that you know that you are the prize and you're willing to walk away if he's not in alignment with you, let's talk red flags and how to spot them quickly. So the biggest mistake I see women make, especially when dating in their 30s, is to ignore what a man is showing you. Literally, in the first 2 weeks of your relationship, you should not be guessing. You should not be trying to convince or change a man. Your job is to literally sit still and observe. Just observe what this man is showing you. Okay, maybe 2 weeks is like a short circle. Give it a month. My rule of thumb is if a man can go through every phase of my circle, the luteal phase, the period phase, all of that phase in a month, and he's able to deal with all of that personality, and I can see that he's well grounded and his attitude hasn't changed towards me in any way, then I can continue talking to him. The problem is most girls are not observing. In the first month of talking to this guy, you should be observing him closely. The things he does, the things he says, the way he talks to you, the way he pampers you, the things that he pays attention to. You shouldn't be trying to change anyone or convince anyone to do better because you deserve better. Girl, that is not your job. You are not a rehabilitation center for damaged men. And if you think that a man in his 30s is going to change for you, girl, you must be the Messiah. Now, here are some red flags that you should definitely be paying attention to, especially in your 30s. Number 1, inconsistent communication. One day, he's love bombing you, he's sending you flowers, he's doing the most, and the second day, he doesn't even text you. There's no call, there's no text all day. You don't hear from him. It's almost like there's two personalities. You kind of start questioning if he has bipolar. If he has inconsistent communication, that is a sign. That is a red flag. Number 2, he acts like the princess in the relationship. Girl, you know there's a role for a man and there's a role for a woman. Your role is on the receiving end and his role is to be on the giving end. That's just the way that God designed these things. But if you find a man that always wants to be given princess treatment, he's quick to remind you that you're lucky to be with him. He's quick to remind you that he's a speck and all the ladies are looking for him. Girl, pack your slippers and run. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with loving up on your man, letting him know that he looks good. There is nothing wrong with a fine man. I like a fine man myself. But when a man knows that he's fine and he's reminding you that he knows that he's fine, that is a red flag. This man is going to gaslight you into thinking that you're not even worth his time and you should be lucky to even be seen on his arm. That, my dear, is one of the signs of a narcissist. Run. Now, another red flag you should definitely be paying attention to is when a guy over-sexualizes you very early on. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a guy that is touchy-touchy. He likes to hold hands. He likes to kiss on you, kiss your forehead. Yeah, that can be cute. But when he's doing a little bit too much very early on, like he's not even trying to get to know you, the next thing he's talking about is, oh, how you're so curvy, how he can't wait to fondle your breast, how he can't wait to touch on you and make you feel good. Girl, that should be your sign. Like he's literally telling you that he's only there for one thing. And if you decide to give that to him, you have nobody else to blame. Now, let me wrap up this red flag segment with this. If you feel confused, anxious, nervous around a certain person, trust me, that is your nervous system trying to warn you. That is your gut trying to tell you that this person is a bad decision. As women, one of the great gifts that God has given us is our intuition. You see that gut feeling? When your gut knows, just listen. Sometimes you may think that you like this person, but how come when they're around, you're all fidgety? Your aura is just changed around them. You need to start paying attention to that. Now, I know that I have a lot more on my list when it comes to red flags, but I don't want to make this whole video just about red flags. But if you guys would like for me to make another dedicated video highlighting the red flags to look out for in a fuckboy, let me know and I will gladly make one. Now that you know some red flags to look out for, I'd like to point out some green flags, because when you meet an intentional and emotionally available man, it feels very different. It feels easy. So here are some green flags that definitely tells you that this man is ready. Number 1, he plans ahead. When a man calls you up and say, oh, what are you doing next Saturday? I want us to do something together. He's not just calling you up last minute and saying, oh, let's link up today. Oh, I'm passing by your house. No, he actually puts some intention into it. He asks you ahead of time because he respects your time. If anything, this tells you that this man takes me seriously, he respects my time, and he's ready. Number 2, he's curious about your goal, your values, your life. He's not just curious about what's going on with you now. He's curious about your future. He wants to know what career goals you have. He wants to know how he can fit in, how he can help you to achieve those goals if there's any way he can. He's curious about the things that you do. That's how you know that this man seems like he wants to know me on a deeper level and not a superficial one. Number 3, he follows through. There is nothing more sexy to me than a man that does what he says he's going to do. Like, you don't need to remind him, you don't need to nudge him in the right direction. Once he says he's going to do this, you can bet that he's going to do it. That is a man that keeps you in your feminine energy. Because there's nothing more appalling than when a guy says he's going to do something, especially in the case where you didn't even ask him to do this thing. He's the one that volunteered, and then you now have to be reminding him. That is so unsexy to me. But if a man says that he's going to do something and he follows through with it every time, that, my dear, is a keeper, okay? Now, let me round this off by saying, when a man is happy to take care of you, like, there's a certain joy he derives from seeing you smile. He's happy to see you happy, and he's willing to do the things to make you happy. There's nothing sexier than that, because it means that he pays attention to the things that make you happy. If you say it's flowers that make you happy, he doesn't come to your place without flowers, because he knows that just that small gesture of his will put a smile on your face. That's how you know that a man actually likes you. He's willing to do the work to be the one that keeps a smile on your face. Do you understand? He doesn't want another man to do that for you. He's literally invested in making you smile, in making your life easier. That, my dear, is the ultimate green flag, okay? Now that you know some of the green flags and the red flags to look out for, let's talk about how to move quickly through the talking stage, because remember, we don't have time to waste. Now, dating like a pro requires that you treat the talking stage as a vetting process. You need to move like a CEO. You need to interview, you need to observe, and make empowered choices. And here are some tips that would help you make those choices. Number 1, ask bold questions early on. Like, from the beginning, ask him what he's looking for. What does a healthy relationship look like to him? How long does he need to date in order to move forward? What are the requirements he needs to feel loved? Ask these bold questions early on so you can see where his head is at. Don't be second guessing. Let him know that this is what you're in for. And if he's not in for that, bounce. Number 2, watch his energy. Does he do things without you needing to tell him to do them? Is he consistent without being pushed? Do you need to remind him to open doors before he opens doors? Because trust me, if you're reminding him to do the little things now, you're going to have to remind him to do the big things later on. Number 3, and I feel like this is the most important of them all, date multiple people until someone is clearly intentional. Now, I'm not saying sleep with multiple people. No, I'm saying talk to multiple people. Because remember, you do not have 6 months to be talking to one person. You do not have the luxury of time that you did in your 20s. So this is not the time to get attached to one person early on. Sister girl, if there are 7 guys in your DMs, decide how many of these people you want to talk to, and then figure out the person that is more intentional about you and the person that you and them align the most, and work with that person. But until one of them is clearly intentional about you, do not make the mistake of dating or talking to just one person. Moving on, let's talk about your non-negotiables. Obviously, everyone's non-negotiable is different. Some things might work for you and might not work for me. That's why we have different life, and that's why we're different people. But you need to know that your non-negotiables are not optional. They make up for the life that you see yourself living with this person. So if your non-negotiables include something like, we have to be of the same religion, then you know that if somebody of a different religion comes to you, you have to say no because you don't see a future with them. Now, your non-negotiables are allowed to change with time. The non-negotiables that I had in my 20s is definitely different from the non-negotiables I have now. Now I'm realizing that one of my non-negotiables is he has to know how to cook, because I have just realized that with the trajectory of my life, I do not expect that a grown-ass man would not be able to survive without me if I travel for work. I do not see myself cooking all the meals that my husband is going to eat. Plus, cooking is such a mundane task. I feel like every adult should be able to do it. But if you have to rely on your wife or on a woman because you think it's their job to do it, then I don't want to be with that kind of person. When I was 20, that wasn't included in my non-negotiables. But now I'm realizing that that is important to me. Another non-negotiable of mine is he must be financially stable or actively building. Gone are the days where I was dating for potential. Those were for my 20s. Now I'm looking for somebody that is actively building, because I'm also actively building, and you should have some finances in the bank for rainy days. You should have certain things under control at this age. Obviously, I don't want a man that is going to be dependent on me. I want my man to take care of me. I want us to be able to spend and splurge on each other. The point is, you need to have a list of the things that are non-negotiables for you. You need to have a list of the things that you are not bending on, because these are the things that would forge the life that you're going to have with this person. You're not being picky, you're just being precise, okay? Now that you know what you want, let's talk about how you can attract high quality intentional men. Number one, have a full life. I cannot overemphasize the importance of having a life that is filled with happiness, with joy. Focus on building your own life to the fullest. Find your purpose. Find friends that uplift you. Find hobbies that you love. Hobbies that make you happy and bring you joy. So much that when a man comes into that life, he knows that you're not just waiting around. He can see that you are intentional about giving yourself the life that you want. I need you to have a full life with or without a man. And trust me, it shows. Now, when a man comes into that life, he's going to know that with or without him, you already have a full and flourishing life. I want you to focus so much on building your own life, so much that if it happens for you, you're happy. But if it doesn't happen for you, then you know that you're not missing out on life in any way. Number two, don't overfunction in the early stages. Like, allow yourself to bask in your feminine aura. Allow yourself to be soft. Don't be trying to do too much in the early stages. A man has just taken you out on a date. Next week, you're already asking him, what food do you want me to cook for you? Girl, it's giving desperado. Calm down. Allow a man to treat you like his princess. Because the truth is, if you take up that masculine aura, the man wouldn't know how to function, because now you've just taken up his role. Allow yourself to be catered and nurtured to, okay? You deserve it. Go. Number three, let go quickly of anything that is chaotic or confusing. If anything is bringing a disruption to your life, my sister, let it go. If a man is bringing chaos to your life, if he's not bringing peace, if he's making you feel anxious, if he's making you worry, let him go. He's not worth getting wrinkles over. Choose your peace. Have you heard the saying that the person that will help you will not stress you? If that man is stressing you, he's not the one for you. A man that knows that you're his resting place will not stress you. He will want to keep you in your feminine energy, because that's when you're most productive for him. So if a man is stressing you, today you're running helter-skelter, the next day you're checking his phone, the next day you're getting calls from girls, my dear, let go quickly without even saying anything to him, without even asking for closure. You don't even have to explain. I need you to know that at this stage, you are not chasing. And if it doesn't align naturally, then it is not for you. Don't you want peace? At this point in my life, I'm looking for ease. I'm looking for peace. And if anything is making me feel unease, it has to go, because I choose my peace over anything, even a man. Now, let me round this whole thing up by saying, baby girl, dating in your 30s is not a downgrade. Don't let anybody make you feel like you're less because you're single in your 30s. If anything, I feel so beautiful in my 30s. I feel like this is my prime. In fact, my prime is whenever I say my prime is. Whatever age I am, that's my prime. So don't let anybody make you feel like because you're 30 and you're still single, then there's something significantly wrong with your life. No, the woman I am in my 30s would floor the girl I was in my 20s, hands down, times 10. Because in my 20s, I was naive. In my 20s, I didn't even know what I wanted. In my 20s, I was still looking for my purpose. In my 20s, I was dumb and stupid. In my 30s, I started to come into myself. I'm so self-aware that nobody can tell me what I want for my life. So much that if anything smells fishy, I can smell it from afar. I can smell it from 5 kilometers away that this is looking like, because I have racked up so much wisdom from being stupid. The woman I am now, I know my purpose. I know my values. I am softer. I was so gra-gra. I don't even know if you guys know what that means. In my 20s, I just wanted to do everything fast. Do you understand? I'm so much calmer, so much more wiser in my 30s. So if that's not something to brag about, I don't know what is. So moving forward, I implore you to date with clarity. Date men that treat you like the princess that you are. Date high value men. Date men that know and appreciate your word. And stop using yourself as a rehabilitation center for half-assed men. Stop dating for potential and start attracting men who are intentional and ready for the high value woman that you are. Now, if this video resonated with you, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Share with me your top dating non-negotiables or the things that you've learned so far from dating in your 30s. Let us keep the conversation going in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.